Sir Ken Robinson.
Yes.
If you watch his TED Talk, you'll see.
Thank you. I have a question. What's the relationship between health counseling and psychology? It's like psychology sessions? Absolutely, yeah. So that's a great point. Thank you. So I was going to ask you, when you think about mental health counseling, what affects people? What do you think? Psychology?
I would say it's a process of coming and support.
Yeah, so it definitely is related to psychology. Most college campuses that you go to are going to have some type of counseling center, counseling services. A lot of times it's under health and wellness through that umbrella. The providers are licensed mental health providers, so psychologists, social workers, mental health counselors, marriage and family therapists. And they're doing, like you're talking about, support, connection. One of the things I think is important to think about is most students who are attending counseling sessions at a university do not have a major mental illness, right? Can there be folks who have mental illness that are working on that are coming to counseling? Of course, we're an inclusive community, everyone deserves the right to have an education. However, the majority of students are coming for things related to anxiety, perhaps low-level depression, academic distress, relationship issues are huge. People who are in partnerships or friendship issues, family concerns, or maybe just problems with adjustment. You're coming to a new place, you're meeting with people, that can be a challenge. And so you're meeting with a professional, like this professional, who's going to help you connect to resources, but also navigate those emotional responses and take care of yourself and be able to kind of help your mental most of our sessions, I just kind of put down here. So students are often described, in particular, in the United States, as facing overwhelmed demands. I think this is true anywhere, but in particular, this data is coming from College Mental Health, the CCMH study, which comes out of Penn State University, and they surveyed 1,500 different university counseling services throughout the United States. And one of the things that they found is that students were describing themselves as feeling very overwhelmed by their demands. So, classes, their family, their jobs, their PA shifts, RA shifts, all these different demands that they have, feeling very overwhelmed. And sometimes feeling like they're lacking information on how to cope. Lacking information on how to tolerate the stress that they're experiencing because they don't know their resources, right? So a lot of students aren't aware of what's on campus and what's happening for them. And some students are coming to college with some pre-existing concerns that maybe they had in high school, or maybe they had at work, or before they came to school. So a lot of students are really describing themselves as just feeling overwhelmed by their responsibilities. Students also describe themselves as feeling connected and disconnected at the same time. Going back to our ideas of technology and how that can make people certainly feel connected, but also make them feel very disconnected at the same time. Anxiety about employment and student debt, so that's huge. Folks are worried about, am I going to get a job when I graduate? Am I going to get a good paying job? Am I going to get a job in my career? And then if I'm taking out loans and I don't have scholarships, or I need to, afford housing, etc., how am I going to pay off my debt when I get out of college? So that's a huge worry for students. We have a lot of what we call first-generation students coming in. These are students whose family members have not gone to college or university, so they're the first ones from their family. And so you can imagine that makes it harder to know what your resources are and how to navigate things. And then just sort of the general impact, I think, of changing our demographic. Like, we now have students from all over the world attending universities, students from different backgrounds, different, discrimination and experiences that they face on campus, but also before they get to campus. So these are a lot of the things that really bring students into our office for mental health. Any questions?
I would like to say, no, answer
sometimes it includes guilt, it includes influence by other people, that we tend to forget or ignoring of the fact that we're ignoring our feelings, and we tend to care about other people too much. And the question is, how can I? Sometimes it includes religious influence by a religious organization. So the question is, how can I stay focused on myself and balance at the same time?
That's a great question, and something that I think a lot of students struggle with. It's interesting that you bring this up. I was actually having a meeting with a student yesterday, and we were discussing this exact topic of how this individual was struggling with maintaining healthy boundaries in relationships, being able to not give too much of themselves to their friends and colleagues, to then feeling depleted themselves. And I think it is a challenge. I think it's something that a lot of folks struggle with, and I think it's about knowing your limits. I always talk about the analogy of like a gas tank, right? Like you have to have fuel in your tank. And I can give people maybe some of my gas to help run their car or vehicle, but I don't want my tank empty, right? Because then I'm stranded. And so how do I find that balance if I give enough, but I keep enough for myself? And I think it definitely is a challenge. And I think sometimes that is about learning to know your limits, learning when you can say yes, when you can say no. And I certainly appreciate, like you said, there is sometimes a religious influence of wanting to help others, and definitely self-sacrifice can be part of that. And I think it's just being wise of how much time and energy do I need to be my most successful. Because if you're not taking care of you, how well are you actually taking care of these other people? If that makes sense. But it's a challenge. I'm not going to pretend it's easy. I struggle with that myself.
Thank you.
So campuses across the country in the United States are reporting an increased utilization of resources with some of these concerns that we talked about. There certainly also is a widespread media coverage of mental health concerns on campus. Certainly if you're paying attention to the news right now, some of the dialogue that's coming out right now has to do with mental health and how that relates to different issues in the country. And I think because of that, there's a lot of stigma associated with mental health, right? So people are sometimes afraid to seek services because they don't want to get lumped in those categories of, what they might think of severely mentally ill, and or like say you're listening to some of the rhetoric. I'm not trying to be political, but if you're listening to some of the rhetoric that's happening right now, lumping mental illness in with mass murderers, it makes you afraid to say, hey, I might be suffering, when we know that that's not the case. And I think it's just important to think about how that influences people and how that might make it hard to reach resources. So we're really trying to be more effective in being able to provide information and kind of decrease that stigma that people who are coming and using these services are doing so to be able to work on a lot of different issues, and that does not mean that they have a mental illness.
It's really interesting and also funny that during this weeks we presented many things, and one of my groupmates, like a group, talked about the mental illness and also talked about how the countries are overcoming that thing. But illness by addressing it as an integrated illness, and how that integration has its good impact on the nation. We are discussing this in the United States, but while trying, the President of the United States addressed to its people as a mental illness people versus healthy other, like it's really very interesting that somehow it's contrasting because like in the context of taking care of the guns or regulations, you are addressing your people as like a mental illness. Something like there is a contrast. But still, I want to thank my roommates, Olga, yes, Renata, who brought that issue, also provide information about how other countries look like that issue as a great integration process.
Thank you for bringing it up, and that is really important, I think, to think about that and discuss that. And it is, it's very complex. So because of that, when you think about mental health, I wanted to highlight some of the national data points that from data from, a study, I've got the references at the end. But looking at university students in the United States and looking at what they're reporting, and again, most students reporting feeling overwhelmed. Some saying they feel really hopeless, depression, anxiety, lonely, and some students even reporting considering suicide or making suicide attempts or injuring self. And so because of this, we know that there is a lot of stress on our student population. And I'd like to normalize and say that this doesn't justify students. The data that I'm putting out here for you is related to students because that's what's relevant to you all. But I think you would see these similar trends outside of the university population and maybe even higher trends outside of the university population as well. But I think it's just important to kind of normalize for ourselves that people are struggling and people are seeking services, and again, it doesn't mean that they have mental illness, it means that they're struggling day to day. Yeah.
So I'd just like to understand, is your office only working on the students or providing this data for the decision makers in the university so they can contact the faculty and change their behavior or method?
And let me clarify, providing the data to like stakeholders and.
No, even like them, faculty managers or these kind of.
Yeah, so we do definitely provide this data. So there was a campus climate survey for me that came out, what was it, 2 years ago? 2 years ago. And from that, we were able to get a lot of data about what students were struggling with, what were the areas that we really needed to.
Did they take any action
They
regarding?
did, actually, from that is one of the reasons why we have our new integrated health and wellness building. If you see over by the Carrier Dome, they're doing a lot of construction. That's one of the reasons why we've now integrated together. We've added more staff. We now have 24 staff at the time. I think it says 22, but we now have 24. When I first started, we had half of that. We now have graduate intern program. We have more therapy, alternative therapies going on. So yes, they definitely took notice that mental health was the #1 thing, at least at Syracuse, and I think we would see a similar trend at other universities. Mental health was the #1 concern that students were reporting because it directly impacts their GPA and their academic prevention. So as you can imagine, if you're feeling anxious, you're not feeling well, you're probably not doing well in school, right? And so you're probably not going to be able to do as well with your studies. And so there's a direct correlation there between mental wellness and academic performance, and they really did listen.
Yeah, but to me, like, this is a part of the answer because the problem mostly comes from the faculty are pushing the students to do a lot of assignments, get ready for the exams. So what kind of actions did they take regarding this issue, like with the faculty themselves?
I'm kind of in my own bubble.
That is, so there's a balance there, right? There's a curriculum, there's content that already delivered with objectives. And faculty may have some leeway or some latitude, but not a lot. And when you go to a university, especially as a grad student, part of that is the assumption going in. You can't say, it's a difficult conversation to have with it's more a conversation you have with a faculty advisor than with a professor per se. Because there's always a time when you're enrolling, it's a grace period in the first couple of weeks where you can unenroll from the course if you feel overwhelmed or feel like and that's why it's a good idea to have those conversations early with your faculty advisor so you can do some kind of check after the first week and see where you are, if this is something you can handle or not. But every university has that unenrollment.
And I will say that the graduate school, so not necessarily the process, but the graduate school as an entity, they responded to this by coming and consulting with our office and wanting to develop more programs for graduate students. Because I think one of the growth areas in universities is providing more programs that target grad students. So we have a lot of programming often on universities that target undergraduates, but sometimes not as many programs that target graduate students. So the graduate school, the office of the graduate school actually came came to our office and said, we know these are issues, how do we help deal with them? And so looking at having more graduate student support groups on campus and really being able to kind of create, but you're right, I mean, that's only part of the puzzle, but I think that was important too, to recognize that.
So, three of the people in the audience are actually facilitators and PhD students. I don't know if you have anything to add about that experience.
Your professors aren't, like, they're gonna give you a lot of work and they're gonna expect you to do it, and there's really not gonna be a whole lot of grace in terms of the deadlines and such. The only way to actually like petition the professor in a diplomatic way is if basically everyone in the class says something with a particular assignment. But they all came before you and they all did the same amount of work, so they're gonna expect the same of you.
That's a much better answer than the one.
But I wanna say something on this. You know, you're right. Everybody who's done it, the way PhD was done even 5 years ago is very different from how things are now. You talk about technology. Today, the way we consume information, not because we're on Instagram or whatever, but like on stuff that you're getting actually knowledge, is very different from how it was before. So we are learning, you're still learning, but the way it's supposed to be, the stuff that's in the books should be delivered differently. And just because, for example, someone who doesn't do a PhD isn't any less smarter than someone who's finished it. So I think, and when we said it earlier, because even the work environments change. You know, when you go into so many organizations now, it's a personality fit more than the job fit. So there's so many things. So especially when an academic institution claims to be progressive and to have the best of this and everything else, we don't only want the best buildings and the oldest buildings and these monuments. We want the teaching methods to be on par with what they claim to be. So this is what we say. It's not because everybody wants to come to wine. It's about being realistic with the times now.
So I think you would be a good candidate for the Senate. Most universities have a Senate or something. Want to be serious? I mean, it's funny, but I'm serious. Because we all know that Omar is a very outspoken and this kind of conversation is the kind of conversation that takes place at governing bodies in university. And all the governing bodies have student representatives.
Oh.
So when you arrive at your host institution,
They're gonna have
find out how that works. Because you're absolutely right, you know, everything's changing. You know, we're overwhelmed with information.
Yeah.
And it's something.
Can I just say one thing, and I'm gonna be very open with everyone. We all had to do tests to be a Fulbright. So the English, the TOEFL, and the GRE. I failed my GRE. And it was so bad, because it's math, and I hate math, and I suck at it. Sorry, Vlad, he's gonna be a mathematician. But I did so bad, they told me to resit the exam, because the chances of getting accepted is next to 0.
Right.
I told them, anybody else who's applied and did better, if they deserve it, let them go. I'm fine if I don't go. Next thing you know, they said, fine, we'll just send your reports to whatever schools. If they say yes, fine. If not, then whatever. So they took me, I don't know how, I'm surprised I'm even here. To be honest, that's the truth. Like, I did that bad. I have an email from the Fulbright in DC. They told me you need to do it again. So how that happened, maybe it's a miracle from God. But this is an example of I can do bad, but still, for some reason, I'm here. Yeah.
Knowledge is power, but lucky is more.
Well, I was just gonna say, one of the ways that I've handled graduate school is just that you have to set your own limits, period. Right? You know, we all come here, we have like, I don't know, many of you are like in your 20s, 30s, like I was in my 20s and I started grad school, right? And so for me, I knew, well, my goal is to do very well in school, right? But I still get 8 hours of sleep each night and I still have some semblance of a social life, right? So it requires making sacrifices. But I actually like the fact that my professors push me, right, to do really, really well in my field. But I understand, and my advisor could probably even attest to this, like if I feel like it's too much, like I push back. right? And you'll figure out a way to do that. And I think that's really based upon like the personalities in your department and whatnot, and what some professors are more comfortable with students telling them like, you're giving me too much right now, like this is how I'm going to do this, and others are not as receptive to that message. But I think really it's about setting your own limits, right? It can be hard though to figure this out. Like I've suffered from burnout twice, and I realized just having to bounce back from having burnout, like in real burnout. This isn't just like, you know, me just being like, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed, but like real burnout where it's like all of a sudden I find that I can't work anymore because I've just been too stressed. Like I've learned like the hard way that it's important to have these limits. So
Okay, so like, you know, on one hand, I want to echo what Chad and Adrian is saying, that like grad school is going to be difficult and you are going to be overwhelmed and there's going to be a lot of work. But there are ways don't feel like you cannot make a difference on that end, right? So in a lot of departments, so my department, we have like a political science graduates organization where it's a graduate students that kind of meet about things in our curriculum, in our department that we don't like, that we want to change, right? And then we bring it up to the faculty, right? So, you know, in my department, the issue, not necessarily in response to mental health, but it was about the length of the classes and the programs, right? That it was taking people too long to graduate, right? And that was a real concern for graduate students. So it was something that they brought up to the graduate director. And now the graduate director has been looking at other programs across the country to see what the requirements are, to see if maybe ours is too long, so we can shorten it. So in your response about how we're, you know, to affect the way the faculty is doing things, right? I think collectively, like if you all are upset or if you have specific ideas, I think that there is a way to get that across, right? So if it is that the grad students are overwhelmed and maybe you all have looked at other programs and realized that, hey, actually we're doing too much compared to other programs, or we're doing too much, don't be afraid to collectively get together and bring that up, right? Because I do know that groups have made a difference on that front, right? By the grad students coming together to voice their concerns.
Absolutely, I think some of the stuff that came out of the GSO and different graduate organizations, so the graduate student board that we're talking about running for office, or different departmental groups, are part of the reasons why we made some of these changes. And they were demanding more mental health services and for graduate students. And there was an article that came out, and there's a publication called The Atlantic, some you may be familiar with. There's an article that came out in The Atlantic that really shook people up about the amount of mental health issues among graduate students. In particular, not mental illness, but things like burnout, things like depression, things like overwhelming anxiety. And that really got people's attention. They're like, whoa, wait a minute, we need to start kind of looking at things. Is it perfect? No. Do all people respond that way? No, but I think you're right. If it's enough students coming together, people start listening.
We say that people of both ages or just students?
Just students, but you know, most are traditional age students, but there are, you know, obviously outliers, so, you know, grad students, undergrad students as well, so anyone who's from 17 probably in an institution, I don't have the exact number.
So, looking for that number, I'm just thinking that the education system is designed to make the student overload. Is it designed like that? And
It's designed that way, but I think people are pulled in a lot of different directions, right? And people have a lot of goals that they're juggling in terms of, you know, most graduate students are required to do some type of research or some type of simulation or fill in the blank, and you know, and so you're doing more than just your classes, and I think that definitely can feel overwhelming for people. But I don't know if it's specifically designed that way per se, but it certainly can feel that way.
my second question is, what make the 1.7% student want to attend suicide?
Yeah, so that's a good question. I think people, a lot of times what we see when that happens is when people feel like their ability to cope, they don't have enough resources. So, they start to feel hopeless, helpless. We can't pinpoint, I mean, they certainly can't necessarily go around and ask, you know, certainly people pass away, like why, but from looking at our resources a lot of times is when people feel like their ability to cope is so low and that they don't have any help or support or resources. And I think what happens for that is there's a lot of things that build up to that over time. It's not usually one factor. So it could be, looking at risk factors, things like substance abuse, depression, trauma, abuse, different things of that nature. Usually it's a combination of those factors. But I think the main thing that happens is it's usually when people feel like they have no recourse or no way out. And I think what we're trying to show to students is there are a lot of different resources. And I think it doesn't have to be mental health counseling, and that's why Elena's here with me to talk about sort of a more holistic approach of how to keep yourself balanced and healthy, because it doesn't just have to be counseling. So we talked a little bit about this already. I just am aware of your time. But they definitely are showing that mental health matters because it does impact GPA and it does impact retention. So I talked a little bit about our services on our campus. Wherever you're going in terms of your host university, it will probably mirror SU, depending on how large your school is. You might even have more clinicians and more resources. So I did my pre-doc at Penn State. They have like 50 clinicians because it's such a big university. I was at the University of Kentucky. I think they're more around 20. And so wherever you go, they're going to have 24/7, 365 resources available. All counseling services on all campuses are 24/7. That's not necessarily in person. Sometimes it's in the telephone, over the phone, but you're always going to have access. And most services that you'll see are going to be individual and group services, so one-on-one or support groups, crisis services, there's an emergency, services for sexual and relationship violence, alcohol and drug services, and how to consult so if you're concerned about a friend or loved one, and then we also do outreach and community education. So you're going to see these things at all universities. Okay. So in addition to our counseling resources, I'll double back to that if we have some time. We also have a lot of other resources on our campus, but similarly, you're going to see these resources at your university. So most universities all have what they call a Dean of Students office. Sometimes it's referred to as student assistance, student case management, but oftentimes it's called the Dean of Students. The Dean of Students, so here it's located in Steele Hall, but your university will have a Dean of Students. What these folks do is they provide case management. And what that means is if you're struggling academically or you have an emergency, let's say you have a major illness that you get, or there's a family emergency or emergency that you have to take care of back home, they're going to provide and serve as a liaison between you and your department to help communicate that those emergencies are happening, help make arrangements for those emergencies, and they also will help students if you're struggling academically look at their different options. And so they might help talk with students about, okay, what do you need to do in this class, who should you be talking to? So they're really helping students in those moments of need. So I think it's important to get familiar with the idea of the Dean of Students because you never know if you're going to need them, but most students find that they do at some point in their academic career. All universities also have a health center. Those are pretty much self-explanatory. So they provide physical and behavioral health. So any type of sexual health, any type of physical illness, or any type of behavioral health issue like sleep issues. Sleep issues are huge in grad school and in college in general. Any issues with substance abuse, things of that nature, will provide that help. Most universities have what they call a health promotion area, and this is an area that provides additional mental health programming that you can do that's not counseling. So we have something called the Mind Spa, and a lot of universities have something similar to this. Essentially, it's a space where people can go and do things like yoga. Here in Syracuse, it gets very snowy and Mooney, we have like what they call light therapy that helps with vitamin D, those kinds of things. You can do meditation in these rooms. So most places have that. Syracuse also has a pet therapy system. A lot of universities now have pet therapy. So they do a lot of different programming like that. So if you need to get stress reduction, but you don't think you need mental health counseling, which not everyone does. Anxiety and stress is a first life, right? But you might like to go and meditate or learn yoga. Most universities have a health promotion that provides that.
So the type of like yoga or this type of activities are not just promoted in the gym, let's say, or in the gym, but there is also resort place usually in the university.
Yes, yeah, and sometimes, like, for example, a lot of folks will have a chapel on campus or some type of religious center, if it's not called a chapel, and a lot of them do meditation as well, guided and unguided meditation. But yes, often under the umbrella of health promotion, they'll have some type of service related to, stress reduction, meditation, yoga. A lot of that's done on your own though, it's like with a guided video as opposed to like going to class.
Okay, so as we discuss the holistic model of wellness, we look at some recreation activities that can really assist with both mental and physical aspects of stress relief, dealing with any of these items. So from a physiological standpoint, exercising can increase serotonin, your feel-good hormones, increase your mood, make you feel better, and then we look at like heart rate, decreasing resting heart rate, decreasing blood pressure, things like that. But also on the flip side of that, you can build community connections. So anything here we have listed can be both an individual and team-based activity. Aquatic activity, most universities will have aquatic facilities, so any type of pools, whether it's water aerobics, whether it's a spa type recovery pool, regular lap swim, things like that. And then looking at fitness classes, I know we talked about yoga, we have some high intensity classes here, cycling. And with us, as I'm sure with many universities, we have a variety of options within those subcategories. So for yoga, if you wanted something a little more high intensity, we have that. If you want something that's more guided or unguided meditation, we have those as well. Here we have a unique setup for recreation because we offer outdoor education as well. So team building opportunities through ropes course activities. You can do anything outdoors like hiking. We offer trips to learn how to kayak, apple picking, things like that. If you're looking for a more competitive atmosphere, we have intramural sports, which are a little bit more of a team-based activity, and sport clubs, which involve tryouts and that competitive nature if you're looking to step it up a notch. Finally, personal training options as well. If you're looking for just a one-on-one guide, basically one-on-one guidance related to fitness, how to use machines, how to achieve fitness goals, things like that. We are aware that the gym can be a pretty intimidating place at times, and offering a one-on-one setup really gives you a chance to work with someone on more of a personal level and meet individual goals instead of being, in a group setting. So for us, we're very fortunate. We are moving into the Barnes Center, so we have that location, but we also offer satellite locations surrounding campus. So if you're not interested in traveling to the big fitness center and you want somewhere a little bit more low-key, we do offer several satellite facilities to give you a little more close and intimate workout without as many people around.
And I would really love recreation as a huge health and wellness tool. There actually was an article that came out last October, and pardon me that I can't remember in the journal, but they did a study where they took folks who were diagnosed with major depressive disorder, and they had them in a group where they either were taking antidepressant medication or they were doing an aerobic fitness class. One that they made sure that they actually went to, so you couldn't say, oh, I went, which you commit. And they found that oftentimes the people who were doing the aerobic fitness class actually improved more than the people taking the antidepressant medication. Because you would be surprised how much physical fitness affects your mental well-being. As Elena mentioned, serotonin and all, like dopamine, all those good, feel-good natural chemicals that you can get in a pill, you can actually increase those just by doing aerobic exercise. And I would say one of the hugest things that I had to remember in grad school was just as you were talking about trying to balance your time with self-care, it's trying to balance your time in terms of, I know studying is number one, and research is number one, and there's all that pressure. Just have to take care of yourself, and I know that doesn't feel easy or at times, but it's so imperative, and there are things that you've probably done up to this point in your life that got you here, that helped you take care of yourself, and don't stop doing them. Just because you're in graduate school, I know so many people are like, well, I stopped running because I don't have time. I'm like, well, yes, and that was something that really helped you cope, so you should do that again. Maybe you don't run as far, but you're still keeping those things in mind, because I think it's just so imperative to continue to do those things. So I'm definitely a big proponent of recreation to help with mental health. And so on our campus, we have a center called the Slutzker Center. Some of you may have already been familiar with that. That's just the name of it. If you think about your host universities, it's going to be a center for international students. These centers really help people with issues such as immigration status, employment, any cultural, social, or academic concerns. I know they've helped students with visas or helping them get work after they graduated so they can stay in the country or various things like that. They also have programming, like I know we do an English language conversation group that people can join. There's a group called Connections, which is kind of like a peer mentoring group. So you meet other students who are coming, who have been here and kind of show people around. And then they have a thing called Mix It Up, which is just a conversational group to get to know people. So this is at Syracuse. It's called Slutzker Center here at Syracuse. But all universities have what they call an international student center. And I really highly encourage students to get connected because they can answer a lot of questions that a lot of folks don't know in terms of, especially when we're talking about things like immigration status and visas and things like that. Just can be important to have that information. Some additional resources. So there is an app that we have here at Syracuse, but that folks, it's an app that anyone can use. It's called Sanvello. So here at Syracuse, we actually purchased this app for all of our students, but it does have a free trial that anyone can use, and then you also can purchase the extended trial if you want to. I think it's quite affordable. But essentially, it's an on-demand stress, anxiety, and depression app. It has things like humor charting, it has videos that have yoga, have meditation. It helps you with workouts and tracking those kind of things. You track your sleep. You can use it with a therapist, like your therapist can give you homework assignments and you can do them on the phone. So it's kind of, it doesn't replace mental health counseling, but it's a tool that can really help in terms of like bridging that gap. And if you don't actually feel like you need that step in mental health counseling, but you're like, you know what, I feel like I'm really overwhelmed and stressed and I want something to help, Sanvello is a really good app. There's a lot of apps out there, but this one in particular was one that our university uses.
So what's the name? Sorry.
Sanvello.
Sungo.
They used to call it Pacifica. So if you ever saw Pacifica or Pacifica app, but for some reason it's changed. Not that's true. So these are just some examples of some places local in Syracuse that folks can use, but these are ones that I wanted you to know. I know you're not here much longer, but we do have our emergency number up there for our counseling services. But I also put up some national information here. So the 1-800-273-TALK is a national suicide prevention hotline, but they're also there for any type of mental health service or distress. So it doesn't have to be up to that level of suicide prevention. It could be, I need somebody to talk to, I have nobody to talk to, I'm really stressed and anxious, I want somebody confidential, I don't want to tell my friends, I don't want to tell my family. You certainly can call that number. And then I also included our national domestic violence hotline. If folks are dealing with those issues, I think it's important to know that those resources are available. And this is across the country. And each university will have its own unique emergency services. preferences that you want to see those.
I mean, I just want to ask a question, which is not related to with this, but I mean, like the last incident of shooting, like the shooting in Texas, Ohio, and is it has any correlation with the student mental health or something?
With mental health?
Yeah, is it with student mental health? So, I mean,
sorry.
like, does the shooting that happened on campus, does any relation with student mental health or something?
I want to make sure I understand. So a shooting that happened on campus, is it related to mental health?
Yeah,
Yeah.
student mental health.
Yeah, I would say, you know, one of the things I wanna stay away from is guessing what's going on with incidents that I don't know or understand. I think it's complicated. I think one of our major issues, again, I don't wanna get political, but I think one of our major issues in our country is people are very protective of the Second Amendment and are very protective of guns. And accessing weapons is pretty easy in some issues, and I think that's problematic. But I think it's hard to predict why people do what they do. I certainly don't know these individuals, but I also do know that the research does say to us that most people have mental health. So when you think about mental health, I'm talking about depression, bipolar, etc. They actually are more likely to be victims of violence than they are to commit violence. Most people who commit violence, I think you might be thinking about more of, let's say, narcissistic personality traits or antisocial personality traits, which are not under that, necessarily under a bigger umbrella. So I would say it's more common that people with mental health issues actually are victims of violence than the other way around. But I also don't want to speculate since I don't actually know those individuals and their issues. Yeah.
Probably a type of thinking that goes with your idealism is that I have like a group from my co-workers from Dominican Republic, and they've been talking this week all like about that issue, and they are like worried and stressed. They cannot sleep. They are very worried about the situation, and I was not paying attention because I don't watch too much.
Sometimes it's good.
Yes. But the thing is that someone recommended you this type of resources that the university has. If you have some issue, go to counseling, you will feel better, you probably have someone with more knowledge. And if it drives the health for the person, she doesn't really things like someone's gonna shoot or she cannot go out and stuff. So I think as international students, we should be aware of this type of resources in case something like that, some type of thinking like that comes.
It makes sense to feel anxious. This is a really scary time, and I would think in particular, you know, for folks who are people of color and for folks who identify, you know, electronic, it makes sense to feel scared. You know, I think you're right. Being able to tap into those resources and know that those resources are there for folks is really important. Agree?
Just to ask for, especially the other mentioned that the university is a safety bubble. So, but you are not going to stay in university for 2 years. You have to get out, you have to go to the city, you have to travel within the US because this is how you experience as international students. You have to see other cities, you have to see what the United States has to offer to you, and you have to take this chance. But because of this uncertainty that's happening around the United States, and it creates some fear, it creates anxiety, creates lots of things for us. Especially now the election is coming, and all this is like increasing. One is the hatred rhythm, or what they call speeches, and the thing about go home, things like that. So for us, how this can help us, like anxiety, this kind of thing that happen to all of us, but how it can help us to like overcome our fear.
You're right, and I agree with you. It's important that located. But I will say that I think, how it definitely helps is, one, we offer, and most universities offers a lot of different support groups for students. So in particular, we have offered in the past groups particular for international students, groups particular for students of color, groups particular for women, where they can come together and, well, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're changing the system, but you're finding community. And I think there's something to be said about coming together and finding community and taking comfort in that, and knowing that there are people who care and people who are supporting you. And then in addition to anxiety, finding ways to help when you're feeling really anxious and overwhelmed in terms of kind of soothing the most difficult subjects. But I think there's something definitely to be said about just having your experience validated for you and being able to connect with others who have had those experiences. Because the fact of the matter is, right, the election is coming. We don't know how it's going to turn out, and we're hoping, that things do improve. But while this is happening, I think getting support is vital. And certainly, any of these mental health centers on your campuses are going to be vital support.
Thank you. I wanted to ask something. I want to thank you, Mom, for the good questions. And the world can't shield you from risk. Right? You can't say we're going to live in a don't worry, everything's going to be okay. We live in a risk-free world. If anything, this recent events highlight is that the United States is not immune from the suffering that goes on in countries all over the world. What I can tell you is that we have people and at your universities and your friends who you meet in your communities, and I like to think the majority of politicians in this country who are trying to make things better. And you need some combination of support, community, good sense, because obviously there are situations in which your instincts will tell you this is not a safe moment. You need to use your data resource and avoid those situations. I wish I could say something more assuring, but I think it would be patronizing to deny that these are difficult times. So you need to find networks, support each other. Stay in touch with each other too. Use technology in a positive way, because you've all created this bond here. So you'll make new friends in your new host institutions, but you should keep the friends that you made here, even those in Alaska.
Thank you so much for having us. It was a delight to talk with you, and we have wonderful questions. I know you're only here for a few more days, but certainly feel free to send an email or give me a phone call. If you'd like to connect, I'd love to do that.
Yeah, so I'll send the slides to everyone. You can send it. And then I'll put emails.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yes, that's it.
Tu me fais rejected me?